Okay, today is the 29th of January 2011, and I wanted to produce a video update to show where we're at on the ebb and flow as this thing is getting ready to be powered down in the near future, and then also an update on the deep water culture, both systems growing lettuce and of course the ebb and flow that we've been tracking for a while, growing some basil. Alright, in the ebb and flow system, the lettuce and the basil were all germinated on the 15th of October. On the 1st of November, we actually transferred them into this new ebb and flow system, and on the 17th of November we harvested our first leaves, enough for a salad, off of this Simpson Elite lettuce. That was 32 days after germination. We got our first salads from this lettuce. The seed guide on Simpson Elite lettuce is about 45 days to 50 days depending on where you're at, so this system actually produced lettuce quicker, and have been very impressed the entire time. Today is the 29th. We're looking at 60 days of harvesting lettuce every other day or every third day continuously for 60 days is what this system has produced. And I know I've shown on a couple of the other videos, we keep pulling the leaves every couple days, keep trimming from the bottom, the biggest leaves, and out of the top we just explode with growth over the next day or two. You can literally watch this grow, I think, at sometimes. On the 20th of January, about 9 days ago, I emptied all the nutrient solution out of this and I put in clean, fresh water. So it's just been running on pure water. There are no nutrients in this system. Now I did that to start pulling some of the excess salts and some of those minerals out of the solution, okay, in preparation of tearing this system down and getting her clean. So this lettuce is not going to last all that much longer. I figured it was about 5 to 7 days. Well, now we're already at 9 days. We're going to harvest in the next couple days. It will likely be the final harvest. But again, this lettuce grows so well, and not a lot of maintenance at all. Boy, every couple days I would check the pH on this ebb and flow system, possibly adjust it up or down. In most cases, as I look through the journal, every 10 days I would make a very minor adjustment, and really then it's just about 2 drops of pH up or pH down and we're done. Alright, I'll talk a little bit about this basil. This is the lemon basil that I've talked about in previous videos. This plant has been incredible. I don't know how big it would have been without the constant trimming, but we have had to keep this at about this level just because of the lighting system. In order to keep the lights the same distance on the lettuce, we've had to really force this basil to remain a small little bushy plant. And I don't know if we can get the camera in here or not, but the penetration through this canopy has been, I'm very impressed with on these simple T8 6500K lights. There's growth all the way down to the silica stones. This is just a dense little plant. We've got ounces of this in the freezer that we can use in soups and different stews. Over the next several months, we've used a lot of this in our dishes the last couple months. It's just a non-stop producer, and I am actually concerned, or actually I'm scratching my head of what I'm going to do with this thing. So I hate to just kill it off, but it's been pretty incredible. All right, let's check out the deep water culture system. These Simpson Elite lettuce, the same ones in the ebb and flow, these were germinated on the 23rd of December. They were placed into this deep water culture system on the 10th of January. So as of today, the 29th of January, these are about 37 days old, a little bit behind of where the ebb and flow lettuce was at 37 days. But I think part of that is because we've hit such sub-zero temperatures. The basement, has cooled into the lower 60s, so we got a little bit of lower temperature here. And the germination process took a little bit longer. I'm not sure if that was because the seeds were a little bit older or not. But they have quickly picked up. And as I talked before with the deep water culture, the difference between this and the ebb and flow is really maintenance and moving parts. This is about the most simple system that can be designed, because really you're looking at an air pump and an air stone. Whereas the ebb and flow has an air pump, an air stone, a submersible pump to force the water into the tray, and then it drains, and those the way that technique works. There's quite a few moving parts. This system, however, is just a reservoir with an air stone in the bottom, full of nutrients. The roots hang down in the solution, and they don't drown because of the oxygenation going on. Now, if we take a look in here, let's see how these roots are going at this point. This is fantastic. These roots are dense, very, very healthy, pure white. Some of them are over 2 feet long, curled around the bottom of the tray. And you know, the key to plant growth is getting oxygen to the roots and getting all the proper nutrients. Whereas soil, you know, you start off at optimum, and then any compaction, any lack of nutrients, any lack of oxygen that gets in there, you know, detracts from the growth. Whereas the hydroponics, you actually keep it at such a high level of oxygen and nutrients that the plants can grow at their maximum. And as you can see, this root mass is incredible, and I know that over the next several weeks, as these lettuce plants get bigger, these root balls are going to be, they're going to fill up this entire tank. With this deep water system, I've got them on very low newts, as the other video showed and my blog posts have showed, and we won't change that for another 2 to 3 weeks. And all the maintenance there is at this point, I pop this lid open a couple days, I see where my red line is on the sides. If the water gets a little bit lower than that, I add some water, brings it right back up to where it needs to be, and we go from there. I haven't had to adjust the pH on this except for once, and that was initially. And again, it's minimal. I think I added 2 drops of pH down at one point, and it mixes within seconds with the air bubbles, and it's ready to go. So with the Mylar added on this system, as you can see, the lettuces, they've already gotten bigger than the entire pot. This is going to be another fantastic run. The timing should be right to power down the ebb and flow, and as we start harvesting the lettuce on the deep water. In the ebb and flow, I do have more germination going on. In the next video I shoot, and the next update to the blog, I believe, is going to be germination process, how I'm doing it, what I'm using, the different techniques I have used, and considering that hey, we're almost at spring, so there's going to be a lot of starts going on here in this basement for both outside and inside systems. All right, till next time.